foot long, emerald green, and the key to my destiny. I didn't want to be the baby of the family anymore. I saw for the first time on a Saturday morning commercial, the Bass Pro 2000. It showed a man, and all the other men were laughing at him because he had this 3-foot pole. But as they time-lapsed, they showed him this big bucket of fish, and then he pulled up this fish, and it was huge. And all the other men were not laughing anymore. I needed that Bass Pro. For the next 4 months, I begged and hinted for this Bass Pro 2000. And I remember this because I was about to turn 10 years old. And on the morning, 3 days before my birthday, I woke up that Saturday morning expecting to see a gigantic rainbow on my Bass Pro 2000 sitting at the end of my bed. It wasn't there. I walk out and it ends up being the same old Saturday morning in Louisiana for my family. Everybody's getting ready to go fishing, and no one realizes that my birthday's in 3 days. I'm a little miffed. The only thing that was different about this entire day was that my father had just bought a brand new 78 Plymouth station wagon with the faux wood siding. So I had to go pile in as he said, let's go. I climb over the back seat because that's where the baby goes, in the back with all the fishing gear. Don't feel bad for me. This was an upgrade. When we had the sedan, I had to sit in the front between my parents right in front of the ashtray. That was better. Well, I'm in the back and I'm picking on the upholstery in the back. And I'm so distraught that no one remembers my birthday that I don't realize that my brother, my oldest brother Bruce, is dangling the German Shepherd over the back seat. You're wondering, dangling? He was half Dachshund. He had 3-inch legs. We called him Lucky. Well, my brothers are in the back seat, my sister's in the middle, my parents are in the front, and we head our way to the bait and tackle shop. Now, when we get there, my dad doesn't call my older siblings Bruce, Troy, or Yvette. He calls me. He says, Michelle, come with me. So I did. And I did what all the big kids did. I went to the cooler and I got 2 big containers of worms. And I brought them back to my dad all proud. And as I handed them, he says, Michelle, and he does this eye movement to the back wall. Go get what you want. I was gone. I ran to that back wall, and the back wall was full of rods and reels. And just within my reach, the Bass Pro 2000. I grab it, I hold it to my chest, and I run back to my dad. He buys it, and then I skip back to the car. Because I know my brothers and my sister are going to be so jealous because I don't have a baby pole anymore. I climb back over to my spot in the back and I'm playing with my rod and reel, so much so that I don't realize that my brother is once again dangling Lucky over the back seat. I have to put my bowl down. I take Lucky and I put him between my knees. This time, I cover him with my shirt so he and I can share the air. Here's why. On the short trip to the bait and tackle shop, my dad wouldn't smoke. He'd leave the doors open, the windows open, not the doors. But on the longer trip to the lake, he had a new feature in that station wagon. It's called an air conditioner. He would crank the air conditioner, or have us all roll up our windows, and then he would crack his window just a little bit so that the smoke would leave. Well, by the time we got over to the lake, the car was full of smoke. And we're all sitting there doing trying not to offend my father. And normally he would pull right next to the water and park, but because of his new car, he didn't. He parked up on the hill just above where he and I would fish in the cove. And as soon as he turns off the engine, I can actually feel it, that's why I'm pausing. The doors do boom, they all open. My mom is breathing fresh air, and my brothers are just trying to get air, and they come to the back to open the trunk. I am hit by an immediate feeling. I get these two senses. First, that thick cigarette smell leaving the car, replaced by the thick, moist Louisiana air entering the car. Now, for those of you who have never been to Louisiana, imagine walking into a sauna. Now add the moist earth mud smell of the Mississippi River. Now splash in some dead fish. Okay, don't call me weird, but that is a little piece of heaven for me. I'm a fisherman. Well, my brothers Bruce and Troy open the back, save Lucky from the smoke, and grab their gear and go downstream. My sister Yvette, who's 6 years older than me, she grabs her gear and she goes about 200 yards upstream from where my father and I would be fishing. My father grabs our gear and he goes straight downhill to our private cove that he and I always fished at. Being the almost 10-year-old, I didn't leave fast enough. And my Filipino mother could not fight her instincts any longer. She had to feed someone. Michelle, you come eat. So I had to eat half a Spam sandwich and a Dixie cup of Tang until my mom allowed me to go fishing with my dad. I left her with a book. By the time I got to my father, he was already full out fishing, and it was my turn to bait my hook. I'm almost 10, and I have a really big imagination. And I have this perfect vision of how the worm would have to be on my hook. I imagined Carmen Miranda with all the fruit on her head, with the big red lips, and she was going to be on the hook, all sexy like, and she would say, chicka 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 boom boom, chicka 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 boom boom. And she would conga-line all the giant fish up my line, and they were all conga-lining. I had a full Broadway show going in my head. Till it was interrupted with, Michelle, what are you doing? I'm putting a worm on my hook. Michelle, the fish don't care. Just get it on the hook and get it out there already. That worm wasn't getting the memo anyways, I'll just throw it out. So I cast. And then I reel it back in. And then I cast it back out. And then I reel it back in. I did this like 10 times before my father lost it. Michelle! Jeez, baby, what are you doing? I'm fishing. You are not fishing, you are casting. Put it out there, you're like scaring all the fish away. But Dad, I'm trying to get it to that log right there because you know where there's logs, there's little fish. And where there's little fish, there's really big fish. And I really, really want a big fish. Okay, Michelle, just get it out there. Lucky for him, that next cast, perfect. Right in front of that log. As soon as my bobber hits the water, my line goes taut, my whole pole bends, and I hear this delicious sound that all fishermen know means you caught something. Dad, I got a fish, Yeah, Michelle, you know what to do. So I'm fighting and I'm pulling, and I get it close to shore, and my dad says, don't worry, baby, I've got it. He takes a net, and he goes out into the water to catch up my prize. As soon as he gets there, my line goes slack, my pole unbends, and my dad looks at me and he goes, "Wow, that was a big one." Too bad it got away. Now I've got to get that worm to cooperate and become a Miranda again. So I'm starting to reel, and as soon as I click the second click, my whole line goes taut. The line bends, the whole pole bends again, and I hear, "Whee!" That fish tricked me. This time it's zigging and zagging, and it's fighting for its life, and it goes right past my log, and I feel a on my line. "Dad, I think my big fish just got eaten by a bigger fish." "Dad?" "You got it, you got it." So I'm reeling and I'm pulling, and I'm reeling and I'm pulling, and I realize that my line is coming back to me in a giant S shape. It's coming. I finally get it to about 5 feet in, and my father grabs the bigger end, and he gets out into the water and he bends over to catch up my prize. Then he drops it and he runs. As he's running, he screams, "Run!" I have no idea why he wants me to run, because I can see my fish. It's splashing on the top of the water. So I step into the water and I reach in for the hook. "Dad? Dad!" I scream to the back, up the hill. "My fish got stuck on the log." "Run!" This time I hear, "Vroom." He started the car. So I had my hand on the hook. Have you ever had one of those moments in time where all of your senses have gone on high alert? I noticed the water was really still, and I could feel and hear the breeze going through the Spanish moss. I could actually hear every cicada individual. And then I noticed that all those mosquitoes on the side were all having a party right next to my head. And that's when I realized my hook was hooked to a tooth. Why does my log have a tooth? My log has a lot of teeth. My log, I'm looking down its throat. I know why my dad ran. And I let go and I run towards the moving car. As I'm running, I pass my sister who was fishing, and she's startled and she falls into the water and then sinks deep, like chest level, into the deep, thick Louisiana mud. My mom is hanging out of the car door and she's screaming, "Drop it! Drop it!" I'm looking at my pole thinking, there is no way I'm dropping this pole. She wants me to drop all my dreams of no longer being the baby. Then she says, "Drop it!" And she points. She points at my 3-foot-long emerald green Bass Pro 2000. It has 4 foot of line attached to it and a hook with a very large bass on it connected to the tooth of a 7-foot gator. I run faster. I jump into the open back of the station wagon. And as I'm in there, I can't hardly hear anything because I'm hearing my heartbeat in my head. But as soon as I pull on my line, it snaps. And the gator veers away from the car and goes directly towards the water, right where my sister is still stuck. It is heading at her at full force, and she doesn't know it because she's still digging herself out of the mud. And it's about 5 yards away from her when she looks up, sees it, and does, pulls herself out and runs downstream towards my brothers and the dog. My dad and my mom, I hear them arguing, and my mother is screaming obscenities in Tagalog, Philippine language, that I'm not allowed to repeat. But what I can hear is, "You left our baby, you left our baby!" And my dad says, "Michelle, baby, I am so glad you run so fast. You know, that gator almost got my car. I haven't even made a payment on it yet." "You left our baby." And my dad says, as he's picking up my very wet sister and now my very startled brothers and the doggy, he says, "Michelle, I told you to run. Why didn't you run?" "Well, I had a really big fish and I wanted to get away." And he laughs at me. He says, "Michelle, you know that gator's down in that water right now telling all his buddies, you're the one that got away."